Hello, this is J.N.S. And, obviously I want to cover the recent events that took in place with this attempted assassination attempt of Donald Trump. And so I know you guys saw it. And so I want to talk about it. I want to talk about like the intricacies of what this could possibly mean in terms of like whether this was an inside job, whether it was Psyop, whether it's the DNC, just the speculations. It's a lot of conjecture. I'm not going to hold you in terms of this video because we don't quite know what actually happened or what's going on. But I want to talk about it nonetheless. And so I'm pretty sure you guys already saw this clip of what happened. And, it happened in Pennsylvania. He was giving his speech at the rally. Next thing like it's like something that sound like a pellet or what they saw, a BB gun or whatever. And then he goes down. Let's just watch it and then I'll get into what I think about
government services. Comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Oh, see, like we see the, I like to study things from an esoteric level. And so right before that happened, obviously he was sending shots at they boy, Joe Biden, and, mentioned about this illegal immigration stuff, let's continue.
Move it there. Hold. When you're ready, on you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. Up. All guys here. We ready?
Okay, we are watching live at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where former President Trump was speaking on that clearly sets law enforcement and Secret Service into motion, immediately jumping around the former president in a protective mode. The crowd has been screaming. They are standing by. You can hear some voices there saying, "Are we ready to go? Are we ready to go?" We are looking at President Trump. This does not look good. I'm going to be honest with you. From what we can see right here, it looks like they are attempting to move him out, but he may have been injured. He is holding up his arm. He is pumping his fist, but clearly Secret Service wants to get him out of this situation.
Yeah, I mean, so we saw it.
And that comes right.
It was right before he made the statement that we had the worst president in the history and mentioned his legal immigration. Then they want to send some warning shots at him for probably going off script. Most likely, I'm just speaking as an esotericist that can see code and understand that they are both a part of the establishment in terms of Trump and Biden. It's a battle of bloodlines, pretty much is what we're seeing. I mean, you guys should know that by now, as far as humanity, but much of humanity is still sleeping, and so they can't see a thing for what it is. But nonetheless, do I think that this situation was staged? I mean, I don't have a set opinion on that yet, but what I will say is that we know that when you do a psyop, there are collateral damage, and so just because something could be a psyop doesn't mean that people didn't die. Like there was a bystander, unfortunately, a member of the audience that passed, and then there was who else was it? The shooter himself. And the shooter himself was like 400 feet away on some type of top of a building. And so that kind of makes me think, like, was this something that was like an inside job or something? Because how is somebody just able to be 400 feet away on top of a damn building? Shouldn't there have been a security sweep before then? Wouldn't Secret Service have done a security sweep before then? And so, it's a lot of speculation. Is something compromised? Is somebody in the camp? Is this just the deep state sending him a warning shot for going off script? Because he probably did go off script. They under orders, on both sides. However, it's a transitional period that America is going in, and there is a part of the bloodline that wants to see America ascend and go a different route than where we've been going, especially with the way the DNC roll, and we're talking about shadow. So if you guys are thinking of anything as far as what you see on Fox News and CNN, this is not the video for you, because we're talking about those that have the understanding that there are powers that be that run past what Trump and Biden can do, past what the DNC can do, past what the RNC can do, your highest levels. We're talking of that level. And so you have to have a discerning mind to understand that there are levels to this. And so I think that Trump goes rogue, Trump goes off script. And there are a lot of people that feel like Trump is a part of the establishment. They feel like he's establishment as well. He may not have the same agenda as those of the establishment, but he is establishment. That's pretty much something we all know. That's not nothing new. We all pretty much know that. We know that it's always been about bloodlines, and there is a transition of power in America happening. And there is a transitional, it's like a placeholder stage. We need about 10 to 12 years to really actualize some of the plans that we have. So it's a little behind schedule. And I'm just keeping it real. And I'm talking from, once again, the shadow government side, deep state. And that deep state from like DNC level, like above both DNC and RNC. And so you can take it as what you will, but we know that, come on, like, yeah, you guys have to at least know this stuff by now. And if not, then let's give it 20 years maybe. And then what I'm saying, you guys will understand and understand possibly 20 to 50 years from now, as far as where I'm going with this. But yeah, things are a little behind schedule for America. And yes, Trump is going to be the one that is the preferred candidate in terms of the transitional period for what we have, 10 to 12 years. But things are a little it's when there is vie for power, where people have to hand over that, they're not going to just do that willingly. People are going to give their last stance. They're going to fight to the tooth and nail of it. And so the DNC, I won't even blame DNC, because it's not DNC in particular. They don't have that kind of power to pull this off. They are powerful, and they are gangster, and they are treacherous. Oh, you won't get more treacherous than the DNC. Oh, the motherfuckers is treacherous, boy. They are treacherous. And I know the RNC, politics is dirty in general. I know both of them are two sides of the same coin. I get it. I totally get it. But I mean, you don't know. You want to know some treachery. We talking about on levels never seen. I mean, them DNC, they get your ass, man. They will get your ass. But they are even backed by higher powers. I mean, and it's not just them per se, but like I said, Trump most likely went off. He might have went off script there, and they just wanted to send him a warning, like, we didn't tell you to say all of that, or you weren't supposed to be just doing all of that, and my thing is, they had to have known about this. In fact, there was somebody that was a Trumpster that claimed he saw the shooter and warned the police, and they didn't do nothing about it. We have to corroborate that evidence. Like, to me, people chase clout, and this random ass white man claims he saw the shooter on top of the building, and he saw him with a gun, and he went and warned, and nobody did anything. That's mighty coincidental. It could be true though. Why would anybody he could be lying though. And so maybe that's the case. But my thing is the fact that they was able to get 400 feet from like that, and supposedly Secret Service already did a security sweep. That makes me think that it could be an inside thing, and and if they wanted to take him out, they well, I won't say that because they really can't. They can't really touch certain people. I'll just say that when it comes to this type of stuff. One day you will understand what I'm saying in terms of, this we're already in World War III. World War III is a frequency war. World War III is based on principalities. It's a fight of principalities and for the control of the heart and mind of humanity. That's what World War III is. So it's very covert. It's through telecommunications, radio signals, frequencies, DEWs. And for those that say, okay, DEW is a conspiracy theory, the Biden administration has admitted to having DEWs and to using them. This is something that you can look up right now on your computer. Another thing, when we talk about like the frequency wars, that we know that the Department of Defense and the Army is working on synthetic telepathy and psychological. All warfare is psychological in 2024. And when we're dealing with the psychology or the psychological in terms of consciousness, control over consciousness, but that's when you deal into frequencies, alpha, beta, delta, wave states, wave signals of the brain. Okay, so we're getting a little high level here, but this is some shit you need to understand because it's the most important thing. Again, I'm so early on a lot of this stuff that I talk about, including the Nocti philosophy in terms of breaking mind control, controlling aspects of the chambers of the mind and all these things that I talk about. I'm just way too early. But when it comes to the politics and even say like the shooter, when we talk about like, could the shooter have been under some sort of mind control? I mean, they said this guy was a registered Republican, remember when Jonathan Odie was trying to get at Trump some years ago in 2016, he said he was a victim of MK Ultra mind control. And so I just want you guys to know that this frequency war, World War III, is already here. It is a frequency war. It is a war of principalities, which means a war of bloodlines, because we're in a transitional period of a treaty that has expired and a turnover of power. This is what America is going through. And to be honest, this is what it's global. They have treaties that have expired in Africa. There are treaties that expired in Europe, but there are some in America that have expired. And there has been orders to hand over that power back over to a different bloodline. They don't want to do it, so now we fight. There are some that do, even on that side, even on the side of the Draco, of the the ones that want to keep this shit kind of going the way it is, very low frequency planet. Even some of them are kind of like, what, y'all got it, do whatever, we out. But then there are others that are like, no. The thing is, when we talk about the fight of the principalities, this is so much bigger than, again, it's so much bigger than a human level. It's so much bigger than any human understanding, because now we're talking about, like I was telling you guys before, the setup of the corporation of the United States of America, the laws that it's under using Sumerian, Babylonian, Roman, and Kemetic law, Kemetic mystery sciences. That's what the corporation of the United States of America is based on. The law of commerce, law of water. This is all ancient sciences that were stolen. And then you have the North American landmass itself, which has its own frequency and vibration, its own ancestral memory, its own epigenetics, its own state of consciousness. And so now you have a corporation, a United States government. Government means mind control, by the way. So if you guys want to try to play me and try to say, oh, you think it's too deeply about mind control, the word government means to govern your mind. It literally means mind control. If you guys didn't know that. So this is serious shit. I'm just breaking it down on the esoteric level. So, you have the landmass itself of America, North America, wanting to go one way through the activation of certain crystals with energy grids, ley lines, grid lines in America themselves that have charged a different way than what the United States corporation system is going. And they made that very clear. Again, it's a principality war, frequency war, principality war. And so there are some of the bloodline that understand that. Trump's bloodline understands that, but he still has to really understand it. He's almost he's there, but he's not quite there. And so, to be honest, he's been handed that. How do I say this? He's chosen for the transitional period, the placeholder of America for the next 4 years, to try to, how do I say this? To try to catch the energy up between the bridge between the United States corporation and the North American land and the ancestral memory of that land. That is not in alignment right now. This shit with Biden, I mean, we saw Biden just introduce the president of Ukraine as President Putin, literally. We seen him call Kamala Harris Vice President Trump. I mean, we seeing this shit looks crazy. We seen that crazy ass debate. Like, this stuff just looks so outrageous. And this president, one can argue that Biden is literally a threat to national security in terms of what we would say competency or coherence, and that's not to try to, pathologize Biden. I'm not pathologizing him in a sense of wishing anything bad. I'm just stating the facts, just objectively, that at 81 years old, should we be having, and that just goes even for Trump, like, should America be having presidents that's that damn old, 81 and 85 and all this shit? This stuff is done. We really don't even want no more of this. So this is gonna be your last old ass president as far as Trump. And he got his mind, because again, it's not about the age thing, it's about your faculties. But come on, we saw Biden. Come on, I mean, let's stop playing games here. And so Biden, he's going out bad, and even the Democrats, some of these Democrats, they are even calling for him to resign or to step down. My thing is, y'all just now figuring that out. Y'all look like complete fucking idiots. And now y'all want to switch back because y'all know that y'all got orders. Y'all know that they ready to get us to Trump, and y'all realize y'all can't win with that candidate, with Biden as the candidate. Y'all know y'all can't win with that. Like, really? And so who would y'all have picked? Who are y'all gonna pick? And y'all should have been working on that a minute ago. If that was the move y'all was gonna make, y'all should have did that way before the fucking debate. It's 5 months away from the election. So who are you gonna put? Michelle Obama? Who else? Who do y'all have? Gavin Newsom? These are people that can't win. I mean, I love Michelle Obama, but I'm talking about Gavin. He's not gonna win, and he doesn't understand old school establishment for as far as DNC politics yet. So he wouldn't even make the cut as far as the watchers. Yeah, we go in there. I'm not talking to the average American, by the way. We talking to people who understand some shit. Like, you really gotta be in the know to follow what I'm saying on some like Illuminati shit. But yeah, he wouldn't be the one. I know y'all trying to make that move. That's the next move. That's the next play that y'all want for 2028. But no, we're not doing the old white guys stuff stick anymore. We want something new, fresh, vibrancy. Give us a 40-year-old, 36-year-old. Like, let's try it, shit. Because they don't run shit anyways. Y'all gonna act like we don't have a whole team that runs this country esoterically and occultically of what gets done and who makes the decisions. And that's around the whole world. It's nothing. It's a brotherhood, and it's deeper. And they even got orders that they gotta follow because it goes beyond them. And so they ain't gonna be running shit like that. How they think they about to run shit anymore either, because the entity that runs the brotherhood is under a whole nother order now. Let's wake that up. Oh, I'm gonna get myself in so much trouble. But yeah, he's not running that anymore. That treaty has expired as well. And I'm speaking in code. And so we want something new. We want, again, we told y'all the bloodline that it gotta go to. That's what it is. Trump just happened to have the light code of that bloodline. He is not fully of that bloodline, but he got enough to where he can successfully take over for 2024 to 2028. And I already told y'all that. So this is going to be interesting because again, this is all like a movie. It's like playing a video game. Let's be real. Like, y'all shouldn't be taking this shit so serious. Y'all should be demanding, if y'all going to do anything, y'all should be acting a fool, demanding something out of this motherfucking government. Seriously. All Americans. Y'all sitting here working slave wages, 40 hours a week, still can't make ends meet. There's people that want to get a house. A white girl talking about she can't qualify for the loan, and the loan would be like a mortgage of like $1,700, $1,600, but she's currently paying $2,000 in rent, so she can afford it. But because of other machinations of what they use to determine criteria for credit, she can't get actually own a home. She has to rent at $2,000 a month when the mortgage would be cheaper. That's that bullshit we talking about. So y'all sitting up there worried about divisions and worried about fighting one another and civil wars and shit. When y'all need to be, as Americans, y'all need to be linking up and being like, what the fuck are y'all gonna do for us? Because we're struggling like a bitch. Inflation's like a bitch. Interest rates have not been cut. It's the CPI, the consumer price index. Y'all manipulating stuff. Like, we know that inflation is being manipulated in terms of what they're reporting on. And so they trying to save face because they want the DNC, they wanted to, make it seem like we're doing better than what we are in terms of even the employment rate. I think unemployment is still low. It's like at 4.1%, but it's still higher than what it was last year. But they're going to be manipulating all types of stuff. They don't really want you to know about what's going on with this inflation rate, but we know good and hell well is something going on, because there's a lot of Americans complaining about what they complain about: rent and food and jobs and work and life balance and not having enough time. So if y'all give y'all energy into all of this, this is what they want. They have to energy harvest for whatever agendas they want to make or whatever agendas they want to do. So if you're going to give your energy to politics or to something of this nature in terms of, oh, you're going to vote Republican, you're going to vote Democrat, or whatever, you need to be making sure that it's something on the docket for your ass. Seriously. What are you going to get out of it? What kind of policies? Okay, yeah, immigration and all this stuff. Yeah. We don't want illegal immigrants or whatever, but we should have programs and policies for the American people. And Biden and Trump, and during that debate, they didn't talk about anything they was going to do for the American people. They just kept going at each other about, oh, you slept with a porn star. Oh, you was the worst president. Oh, you did this. Oh, he did this. He did that. He did that. Like 2-year-olds, like 5-year-olds. In my mind, for me being primordial, me seeing that shit, that looked like children to me. That looked like seeing 2 10-year-olds trying to tell them what someone did. He did this, guys. He did that. I don't want to hear all that. I want to hear what you're going to do for the American people. What kind of policies you got? What's something new? What's something new that's vibrant, that catches our eye? And so that would be, if y'all do have another debate, or if Trump spends the next, his rallies, whatever, talk about some of the things you're going to do for the American people, and not just that immigration stuff, because we already know that's what that's already in the bag. And so it needs to be something, if you're going around, especially around Black Americans, you need to be talking about that platinum plan. That's what gets our interest. You need to be emphasizing that, or somebody on your team, people on the team, anybody there's a lot of Black Americans that's going for Trump this year. There's people that's meeting up with him as Black Americans. Y'all motherfuckers need to be talking about this platinum plan and the intricacies of what that is, and he needs to be holding on to that. Now, if he thinks because, oh, these is Black niggas, we don't got to do nothing all like that for them, then he's out of pocket and out of order for that, because you are running a campaign, and even broader than just say Black American community. We need some type of policy for the American people that's really gonna that sparks our interest. The government has no business as far as like what we want to do with our reproductive care. So that Roe versus Wade stuff that y'all talking about with that abortion stuff, we don't care about that, because womb management is for women. That is not the job at all for Biden or Trump or the government at all to be dealing with issues of reproductive care in any sense. We're talking about the Queen Mothership, and y'all should know that. Y'all should ought to be ashamed of yourself to even think that y'all can sit up there and come up with anything relating to womb management and reproductive health for women. That's just simply not the job of the government. But that's why we emphasize midwives and doulas and uh, seeing complementary health for our women. That's something that women need to discuss, that women need to do. We need to come together, have our own organizations, and talk about that. That's so even them, talking about that policy with the abortion stuff, that is not enough. Like we need something serious, and that's why we saying we done with this little the 70, 85-year-old presidents. That's establishment. There are other people in this country that are part of the bloodline that got the light codes of a certain bloodline, Nazir bloodline, Bavarian Illuminati bloodline, and they are in this country, and they young as fuck, and some of them are Black American, white American. So we really want something different. We really is just tired of the same old, same old. I'm going a little too deep right now, but yeah. This attempted assassination on Trump, to me, it seemed like they were sending a warning shot, to be honest, of whatever he was speaking on or whatever he was doing. It seemed like it just makes no sense to me how they could set that. If Secret Service is supposed to do a sweep of every building, on the top of every building, all around the buildings, people are supposed to get vetted. A guy is claiming that he told them that there was some guy on a building with a gun and nobody did nothing about it. That's not normal. That's just not fucking normal. Even the after effects don't look normal. So it could be a psyop and motherfuckers really did die. But a psyop is different than something that's staged. So yes, psyop and staged. I mean, something could be planned, but motherfuckers really gonna die. Something really gonna happen. It could have been staged in that sense. But as far as staged really to take him out, that could have been really the end goal. When we talk about staged or planned events or psyops, psyops happen all the time. But like, don't think that we talking about video game. It's like if we talk about the idea of the world as stage. Some people are collateral damage. Some people are NPCs. And some people you're a non-playable character. And some people are literally under they're under mind control. And so if they took that shooter out that quick, boom, like it was nothing, and knocked off one of the audience members by accident, and they was able to graze the neck of Trump or whatever, as far as psyop, yeah, it could be, it could be, but again, psyops are not something to mock in terms of thinking that people don't die or this shit is not it's not rooted in reality. It may not be the ultimate reality, but a psyop is designed to get you to think a certain way. It's to manipulate the energy a certain way, but it doesn't mean fake in the sense that you guys think it means. It just means they're trying to manipulate the energy a certain way, manipulate your mind to think a certain way. And so if it was a psyop, it could have been. But I also think that this may have been them just sending a little warning shot at the extreme of this. This could be the DNC behind it, but I don't think that they that damn dumb to do that, really. I think that's why it makes me think more of psyop level, because that's like handing over the election to Trump based on that. And then he was talking about Biden right when it happened. He was mentioning that Biden was the worst president in the world, and then that happens. So I think that could be a framing to look the DNC look even more crazy, but I don't think that they are just that damn stupid. And maybe they are. I don't know. But I can't imagine them, and I don't fuck with the Democrats. I don't, but I can't imagine them being that damn stupid to pull that off like that. It wouldn't make any sense. And you just literally handing the election to Trump then. That's just too easy to me to blame them and say, oh, they were behind it. No, I think the deep state is behind it. I think the deep state is behind it. I think it was a psyop to manipulate the energy to go a certain way. And I do think it was also, it could possibly be a warning shot to Trump for whatever he was saying about Biden and about whatever the illegal immigration stuff, because they really don't. They have different plans, and he is embarking on a plans with that stuff he's talking. Or it could be a psyop from the Brotherhood, and the Brotherhood runs a psyop to manipulate the energy, so where Trump comes out on top, it's more solidified for his win in terms of the election. And the Brotherhood could have literally ran a psyop on it to just to solidify for their own agenda, and knew that Trump was never going to die. I mean, that could be a case too, because again, there's a rift. There's a rift between that establishment. And then they figure, you never let a crisis go to waste. So if the DNC got to take the hit for it and the blame for it, then good. That's probably what they thinking. Anybody that's on Trump's side, at the higher levels that's on Trump's side, any of the principalities that's on Trump's side, they would not mind the DNC taking a hit, looking like crazy ass motherfuckers that are so outrageous and mind fuck that they would resort to trying to attempt to take him out. They don't mind y'all thinking that. But the thing is, the shooter is a Republican. The shooter could have been under MK Ultra. I don't know. Like, that's just like Jonathan Odie. That situation where he showed up to like a hotel to go get at Trump. And then when they took him into the interrogation to talk with law enforcement, he was mentioning about the MK Ultra and how he was a mind control slave and the stuff with Diddy and the Boule and Illuminati, and he thought everybody thought he was crazy back then. This was in 2012. Come to find out, everything that was in that that lawsuit that Cassie had said, all the details was the same shit that Jonathan Odie was saying in 12 years ago in his in that interrogation room. Same exact thing. And so all this stuff will come out to light. But it's interesting. You see how this shit rolls. Like this whole world is a stage. And if you can't see by now that there is hidden hands behind these puppets, then more power to you. There are hidden hands. And it's the energy that you could feel that. You could feel that very much so. For what I'm getting is a lot of them hidden hands want to be out in the public. Like all this secrecy and all this bullshit, they really don't care about that, because if we're moving into a different, if the power is being given over to a new bloodline, that bloodline don't have anything to hide, because they're the rightful heirs, and they not concerned with doing no sherm shit to America, so they don't feel like they gotta hide. And so a lot of this stuff is coming out. Be interesting to see what takes place the next 10 to 12 years, even 10 to 20 years. Just take a look at things. Take a look at the things that's collapsing around you in terms of the matrix, the things that they want to usher in. And like you said Trump was saying fight, fight, fight 3 times. That's a code. This whole thing could be a esoteric ritual to communicate a code. This is how the Brotherhood does things. And he's holding up a fist saying fight, 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 with the Secret Service around him. Butler, Pennsylvania. I'm trying to look at if there's anything with Butler, Pennsylvania. I should have tried to research this before I did this video. But look at this. Something that say, what is this word right here? I have to make this bigger. Yep, that say ultra. Dude got a shirt that say ultra. MAGA, we see Joe Biden's fire. I'm just trying to look to see if I see any code, because sometimes they do rituals and it is meant to send a message. But this fight, fight, fight with that fist up, he trying to tell the American people, like he said, they not after me, they after you. I'm just in the way. So he has a team. He's not working alone, obviously. He has his own principalities. There are principalities involved in this. There is teams. There are, not every Republican fucks with Trump either, because there's some Republicans that want to go with the old vanguard. I mean, it just is. These are people that are used to a certain way of life. They're not justified in it, though, because the information that they're using in terms of governing their way of life is based on stolen information. And so if the Watchers say, y'all got to stop trafficking these children, y'all got to stop doing this, y'all got to start making things, y'all got to, this shit that y'all doing is too unsustainable with the planet, with North America. And if they make that call, then they make that fucking call. I don't understand why humans, or why like the DNC, or why y'all think y'all can just fight back up against that. That's ridiculous. And so it's not amount of Goetia conjuring, no amount of sacrifice, child sacrifice, no amount of that is gonna get y'all motherfuckers out of what we demanded. And it is what the fuck it is. Where do y'all get off thinking that y'all gonna have any say in what happens on this damn planet? And I'm not talking to humans. I'm talking to those that done caused all this ruckus, done caused all this bullshit on this planet, done caused all the ruckus in America. And so, even if y'all did want to do an inside job, CIA, FBI, y'all didn't get y'all shit in motherfucking order. I know y'all. I know you fucking lying, thinking you gonna get away with that. So if y'all do think y'all want to hurry up and do it inside, or send a message, or play around and joke around, fuck around and find out. Because we said what we said. Now, y'all want to be on a human level and focus on immigration, all that stupid shit, then whatever. The land is the land. But we are taking this, we're taking this from the law of commerce to the law of dark matter. And that's some high level shit. And it does require a frequency shift. Now, that's very complex information. And I am speaking to those that have some background in esoteric science to understand what I'm talking about, in terms of the law of water versus the law of dark matter, the law of commerce versus the law of the galactic law, the law of Saturn versus the law of planet Earth. Where does it converges? Where does it diverges? Do this planet even have a proper understanding of Saturn? No, it does not. That I can tell you. Does America, the government, United States Corporation, have a proper understanding of Saturn law? No. They barely have an understanding of Earth law. Earth is about to smack y'all the fuck on up out of here if y'all don't get y'all shit together. North America landmass, the ancestors of North America, the blood that's in this planet that y'all have sacrificed and illegally killed and illegally damaged, whether that be Black indigenous Americans, Black American, Mongoloid Native American, the blood that y'all have spilled on this planet, in North America, the land that y'all have stolen in North America, the slavery, the things that y'all have done, the injustice, those things have to be atoned for. Those things, nobody gets away with anything. Y'all have to be crazy to think y'all can keep the system going for the way that it is. After 400 years, you got to be out of your motherfucking mind based on some stolen, misinterpreted information that your ass is not even capable of understanding. You got to be crazy to think that y'all can continue the way y'all going. And so, y'all want a frequency war? Y'all gonna get a frequency war. It's principalities and high places. Not every principality is demonic, like y'all love to say. There are principalities of God. You guys know the 9 choir of angels. We have our own principalities. There's literally a whole class of angels called principalities, and this is based on ancient bloodlines that go back to the Nazir bloodlines. But there's also Draco. Oh man, I don't even want to get too deep into all of this. It's too much. It's too much for the human mind to understand. Look, y'all go back and read some of them ancient texts, because not all them texts are crazy. They hid them for a reason, or made them non-canonical for a reason. So your ass wouldn't be digging around. And if you're going to hear a lot of these, it's going to be esoteric teachers that are bought and paid for, that are part of the establishment. They're going to be trying to discredit the Book of Enoch and Gnosticism and even Cometian science. You're going to see them trying to downplay Kemetic sciences, because they don't want people. Humans are awakening so fast. So any human can go on YouTube and look at The Emerald Tablet. Any human can go and look at Sumerian, Babylonian, ancient texts, the Mayan. Anybody can go and research this shit and draw comparisons to the way the United States government is ran, the United States structure, and then what we see that our ancients did. But you can clearly see that there is some misinterpretation intuitively. You won't even need the books to tell you that. Intuitively, you will know something not right about all of this. Something. This is stolen knowledge. Like, it will be very clear to you that something is fucked up in the way our ancestors did things, and the way that they are trying to copy and mimic, but fail. Well, it was sustainable at one time, but now it's done. It's done. And all of them children that y'all called yourself fucking with and sacrificing, their souls are literally back on this planet. Not in 3D though. I'll give y'all that code as well. They were sent by, and we're going to get esoteric. So if I lose you, click off the video. We're going to get very esoteric. They were sent by Abraxas. The same energy that created the chimera of Yeshua. Yeah, we're going there. So, yeah, it's going to be a turn up. If the humans can't understand that World War III is a frequency war than a principality war, then more power to them. They're going to be walking around like chickens, like their heads cut off, screaming and crying about they can't get on the internet, or their bank account is not working, and screaming about shit that don't matter, because we told them you get in alignment with this. And that go for me too. Because I love the internet too, and technologies, and and I'm a homebody too, so I get it. But when shit hit the fan, we gotta activate like Voltron in this bitch. You know that? Remember that movie, The Transformers, when you see Optimus Prime, how it'll be a truck, smooth it. The trucks was all nice and smooth, and then when you fuck with them, they turn into that Optimus Prime shit. That's literally how my mind worked. Like that's literally what my mind be doing. On I be chill, calm, cool in the Matrix, just chilling in the Matrix, whatever. And I know it's a video game. I know, but sometimes I get distracted. Sometimes I like my bread and circus like the next nigga, because planet Earth is a part of fun. Yes, it's the evolution of your soul, and it's a catalyst, it's a potentiator. Again, that's that lux energy. The illusion can act as a potentiator to get you to catapult you to a higher level spiritually. But if you fall for that illusion, you can get trapped, you get stuck, and you can get really distracted. The awareness is key, though. The awareness. How much energy are you going to give something? Energy go where attention flows. Whatever you're going to consume, or whatever you're going to look at, it's going to predominate your consciousness. And we all know that. And I know that. And there's times where, I fall for a Psyop. Sometimes I purposely have to take my consciousness out of certain dimensions and put it into something that's a little more mundane, or else I be done with, because the stuff I be looking at and the stuff that I naturally study and just my natural vibration, sometimes I have to bring it on down, to be quite frank. I want to show what I'm talking about in terms of what humans need to be focused on as we transition from this 3D to this 5D, 6D, 7D, whatever you want to. I want to show you though. Right now, this is how you guys are in the Matrix. You're chilling, just driving. But when shit shut down, and when it trying to show when Optimus Prime is this the one where he going? You see how Optimus Prime is just driving smooth. That's how we be. In disguise. I want to show where you see him go from that truck. But I'm telling you, and this is for especially you chosen ones and humans that are disguised as humans but are angels. and our entities, possible deities. You guys know what I'm talking about. See, this is how we be. Nice, cool, calm in the matrix. We chilling, cool. Everybody think we one thing. This is how we appear. And then when it's time to pop off, when this shit shut down, when they cut off this internet, when they cut off whatever they're gonna do with it, we need to be doing this. Boom, 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 boom. Just like that on these humans and flexing and getting it. We need to be just like this. Just like that. As soon as they do it, it's time to activate. See that? That's how the chosen ones are. We look like cars, we look all normal, but soon as they start fucking up with this shit, we gonna turn right into that. That's what we gonna turn into. Y'all can laugh and say that's a crazy analogy, but that's literally how my mind is. Like I be chilling, calm, cool, and then when it's time to put in some work, I turn it to, and that's just the real low level. That's just the real low level. That's like if I'm attacked. But yes, this is what the human race, this is what y'all need to be doing. Yeah, you chill right now. You got your bread and circus, you got your food and water, you chilling, but when they start cutting off, when you can't get to them grocery stores, and when you need to turn into this. Boom. Because this is what you really are compared to this system, compared to the matrix. You just externalize your power and can't see it. Or just too fucking distracted. But when they get rid of all of them distractions, are you going to panic, or are you going to form like Voltron and do your meditations? Go out and get that, go chill some fucking where. Go to the beach, go chill, go make love. Go find someone to go make love to, or to go hang out somewhere at a park or some, go to a Botanica, just go chill. If they shut off this internet, you can't get no grocery store, whatever they're gonna do, they take it, whatever. Can't go and get your bank account, can't go to ATM, whatever. What are y'all gonna do? Are y'all gonna panic and start screaming and acting a fool? Or are you going to get in tune with the residents of the planet itself? Because that's how you control your frequency. That's your formation of the Optimus Prime, and then you can start to demand what this government does. Don't let them bully you. Y'all be letting yourself get bullied by the government and be bullying. Y'all think y'all be getting played like a motherfucker. I ain't getting played like that. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, I could be doing more. I could be doing better. I'm not consumed with a lot of the things that humans are concerned with. But y'all ain't about to play my motherfucking ass. Because the moment y'all do take, even if they do want to collapse the matrix quicker or control demolition or whatever, you still have nature. You still have prime reality. And so don't panic if they do take anything from us. Don't panic. Remember, nothing that is external from you can now rule you internally. The moment you understand that is the moment you become free. Okay? And once you realize that nothing that is external from you can rule you internally, the moment you understand that on a deep, deep level of awareness, you are free. You are free from their system, free from their control. And so knowing that, if they do decide to do a controlled demolition, what do? You go towards prime reality. Just go the opposite way. Whatever they trying to do, go to do the opposite of it. Which means remembering that joy, that happiness, the maintenance of your frequency. And if doing the things that bring you joy and happiness, whatever that may be. Whatever brings you joy and happiness. So that's focusing on your own divinity. But also remember the healing aspects, because a lot of humanity needs to be healed. A lot of you are suffering from mass fucking psychosis, mass narcissistic syndrome. This is a narcissistic system. I actually want to talk about that. How the United States government, the way it's ran, the structures of the system itself creates narcissistic personality disorder. If you guys didn't know that, there's actually studies on this. There's a lot of research on this. So I'm going to be breaking it down because we all have to deal with that. And on an individual level in terms of the ego. Do we feel a sense of annihilation when we are wrong? Do we feel a sense of annihilation when we are when we face with cognitive bias or cognitive dissonance rather, or the lack of confirmation bias? You know, those type of things is what I personally think about when I think about overcoming my own ego. Because there are times when I can be very arrogant, but a lot of times ego is based in fear and insecurity. Sometimes though, if you are dealing with people or places or things that want to downplay you, ego is there to protect the self. Because the ego is more so the idea of the inflated self or the importance of the self and as an individual versus the attunement of the soul on a collective level in terms of the higher frequencies of the planet or the galaxy rather. And so ego is the idea of the individuation of the self, but it's on a more self-aggrandizement, delusional aspect of it. And again, ego is there to protect the self when, say, you've been bullied. So say there's a group coming after you that want to bully you. Somebody that want to make you think lower of yourself. So yeah, ego says, no, I don't want to. I don't want to be bullied by the group think or by the mob mentality. And so that's what ego, and a healthy ego, okay. And then sometimes ego can mask fear or insecurity, and in the most extreme sense of it is completely narcissism. And so humanity at large has to deal with their ego. That goes for me. That goes for all of us. And so the part of a part of the work that needs to be done in terms of whenever they want to do whatever they're gonna do, and you're forced to wake up, when you're forced to focus on yourself, when you're forced to focus on the inner demons, when you're forced to do that, it's best not to project that pain or that stuff onto other people, which is what I'm learning. But also, it's a time to go into that self-care healing. So you're still dealing with things that it's not a truly altruistic activity that I'm saying you need to do in terms of this altruism. It's not about that really. That's not the concern. Guess what the concern is? The authenticity. That's what, believe it or not, that's what Saturn is more concerned when we talk about judgment and justice. And I'll get into that. That's too deep for this video. We're dealing with, is it of the utmost authenticity? And that's why the system is collapsing, because it's not authentic. They know good and hell well there's a shadow government. They know that there's multiple entities. They know there's interdimensional beings. They know you're lying too much. And Saturn can't fuck with you because of that. Because we about the authenticity. Good, bad, right, or wrong. Now that's one of the octaves of Saturn, but then there's other planets that are concerned with justice and will smack your ass if you've been doing some bullshit, like Jupiter. But when we talk about like the age of Aquarius, age of Saturn, Saturn is concerned more, are you living in your truth? That's the judgment. Is you living in your motherfucking truth? Okay, that system is false. That system is a lie. You gotta go. That system, that doesn't make sense. That's illogical. That's a dying system. You gotta go. So that's what, if it's anything that's been authentic, that's inauthentic, you're going to be judged on that. So in that sense of where it was like the do what thou wilt, that is a misinterpretation of Saturn in terms of the authentic part of it is what's most important to Saturn. Is it authentic? Does it reach the checks and balances of the sacred mathematics, sacred equations of the mathematics of the universe? And is it authentic? Is it authentic? Is it authentic? Okay, you continue. You pass the judgment. You pass your heart is light as feather. That's this authenticity. It's not even so much about the moral aspect of this at this point. Now, morality is important, but that is governed by different octaves and resonances that Saturn has some concern with, but it's not the most prominent concern, to be honest. The authentic aspect of it. But when we talk about living in authenticity, you're dealing with justice, you're dealing with balancing. And then you have the entities of Saturn that there are some that are more concerned with those things than others. And they have the clearance the power, and the right to carry on whatever agendas they have on this planet, because they're just that powerful too. And they are on recognizance missions, all types of shit going on this planet that's above your pay grade. And so if they want to very well carry out something that has to do with balancing out the moral aspect of it, then they will do that. And they have the right to. But yes, the authenticity is what you're gonna see is important in the age of Aquarius. And so, are you living in your truth? And if you're not living in your truth, if you sitting there motherfucking lying, like how these Democrats be motherfucking lying, everybody be fucking lying. Hollywood, you a motherfucking lie. You sit up there, y'all sit up there knowing people is selling they soul and spreading a booty hole open for movie roles and all this shit. No, if you gonna do that, then let it be known that's what the fuck you do. Be authentic about what you be authentic, or stop doing it. If you're that ashamed, if you gotta hide it, then you're not authentic. If you're trying to hide something so bad, that's why Saturn don't even really fuck with secret societies and all this shit. Like Uranus definitely don't fuck with secret. Like I'm telling you, this energy of this hiding, all this, you're not authentic. If you gotta deceive or you gotta lie, if you gotta deceive somebody, or you going to put on a mask and have the public thinking you one way, but you really a stupid ass, grimy ass motherfucker behind the scenes, a narcissistic ass, psychotic ass motherfucker behind the scenes. And yes, there are people that are like that I know for a fact in Black America that y'all think are leaders, and I can see on a spiritual level that person ain't shit, and y'all can't see it. Even white people, I could see what the hell is going on spiritually, and I'm like, y'all are following people that are cockhole fucking crazy. And then the real people, we are the ones that getting discredit. We're the ones that they fucking with us, and y'all can't see it. And we gonna smack all y'all asses up about that. And so anything, that's why we talk about this year of exposure. Exposure is not exposure in the way that y'all think. The way y'all thinking is, oh, ha, 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 you're doing bad. That means you're going to get punished. No, it's, bitch, you're not being authentic. Why you sit up there doing all this stuff behind the scenes, but in the public, you want them to think you did it, just like how P. Diddy. You know? No, you're not being authentic. Okay, we about to put your motherfucking ass on blast then. Because if you're going to be who you are, then be who you are, then be it. Because Saturn can even respect a crazy ass motherfucker that live in their truth, and you know that's where they stand. Now that don't mean that they're gonna get blowback because what you put out, you're gonna get back. But if it's authentic, you can create an IPU of where that can go on for a certain amount of time. Once you create a low governing force, things will balance out. Your ass get recycled. But Saturn can respect that more. But then the motherfucker that's hiding all this shit and got people thinking one thing and y'all doing another, and it's deep state and shit. I know y'all couldn't have thought that in the age of Saturn we was just gonna be hiding like this. Y'all couldn't have thought that, because that's just not how we roll. Because we don't fear anything. And the thing is, what can y'all do? What power? I mean, like, the thing is, if it's authentic power and you're the rightful heir, what the fuck you gotta hide for? You don't have to hide. The fuck? So a lot of things that is, when we talk about the year of exposure, the year of revelation, is more so of upholding standard of Saturn and even planet Earth. Because believe it or not, planet Earth deals with planet Earth. You can get it's an illusory energy that can take place on planet Earth in terms of its structures, in terms of the mental aspects. Because planet Earth deals a lot with the mental plane, principality of air. That's why the Prince of Air was allowed to rule over on this planet, but not in the way that you guys think. This is a potentiator planet. And so where you may have, the illusion, the Maya, the potentiator is to get you to your authentic self. You guys should know that. So you can't just sit in an illusion forever and ever and ever and ever. That's not the mechanism of this planet. Principality of air is the mental plane. So yes, you're gonna have to potentiate as a catalyst, accelerate into your authentic self, into authenticity. So even if you do have an illusion and you can deceive or we got free will, we can do this, we can lie, we can do that. Bitch, if you're not potentiating up into the authentic elements of the galactic universe, then you're gonna get exposed. You're gonna get exposed, and that goes for me. That's why I say, you know what? Whatever the fuck you doing in the dark is gonna come to the light. You better not be doing nothing crazy. And it's not nothing personal. Like, oh, we get like Uranus is obnoxious. That is an octave of Saturn, and it is a resonance that does have some influence on this planet. A lot more influence than what you would think of, but it's a young energy. It's an obnoxious, childish energy. So when we talk about, exposing something, that's kind of that Uranus energy. But in terms of the upholding of the standard and criteria to even fuck with the age of Saturn, to even fuck with 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D, 10D dimension, yeah, y'all gonna have, everything's gonna have to come into alignment. Y'all conjured this energy up. Y'all did, humanity did. So now you gotta deal with it. And it can be a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. It could be a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. What do you want, the easy way or the hard way? It's up to humanity. But as far as these Draco reptilian bloodlines, y'all got to get y'all motherfucking shit together too. And it's not all of the Dracos that have been causing the problem, because there are subs. Oh man, I don't want to get into that. They're hybrids. They're subspecies, and I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna be quiet, but y'all the motherfuckers, y'all caused a lot of this bullshit too. And Fallen Watchers, y'all caused a lot of this nonsense. And so y'all being held to a higher standard than even humanity. And you can get mad, but y'all taught humanity a lot of bullshit and fucked them up mentally and deceived a lot of things. Y'all hid information, stole information, lied about information, fucked up humanity. So you're going to be held to a higher standard than the humans. As simple as that. You get mad at me? I'm just the oracle. I'm just the lady at the well. I'm just only the primordial mother. But yeah, that's some quantum entanglement for your ass. Let me get up off of here. Yeah, Trump, man, check your circle before they hurt you, because I got a feeling that somebody in your circle ain't all coping steady. Or was just the deep state trying to send you some message because they got upset or whatever, and they did do a brotherhood psyop playing on your ass and try to scare you. It could be just that, something as simple as that. But the more extreme, it could be Secret Services compromised, or, which I really don't think, third option is the DNC is just fucking crazy and just wanted to try to take you out. But I really don't think that was them. I don't. I think it's deeper. That's just me though, because that's just too obvious. That's just too stupid. That's just too obvious for them to do that. Yep. Hey, Royal Deluxe and Brother Ken. Hey, Brother Ken. Oh, you think it was the DNC, Brother Ken? And shit. I mean, the world is a stage, so we really don't know who could have been behind this. I'm just looking at it from the esoteric perspective, because I like to deal with the esoteric sciences, and I can see things interdimensionally. So I know they telling us one thing, A, B, C, D, and it means something else, or they trying to send a code. Trump communicates in a lot of code anyways, because he is a powerful warlock. And politics is just as occultic as Hollywood, just as occultic as the industry, if not more so. I would say they even probably got an edge over the entertainment industry. It does look like Trump, though, was able to crack into some information where he understands a higher level of the information than those around him. And by that, I'm talking about the other politicians, the other, even some of the watchers that, because I'm going to say it, we're going to go there. Fuck it. People may say, he's a part of establishment. He's a puppet member. He's a human, or he's hybrid, or part of a certain bloodline. It could be a Bavarian one, Nazir one, the one that's related to Nimrod. We don't know. However, humans, even with that hybrid, have the potential to accelerate faster than the ones that govern the shadow government, than the Dracos. So it's possible for humans to have a higher frequency and to have more power, spiritual power, than even those that pretty much run the system. Yes, that's possible. And once humans figure it out, there's nothing that they can do. And so that could be a case with Trump. I don't want to put him on that level, or because I'm not doing no deification and no motherfucking body, you know what I mean? But it's a possible that I'm talking about just as a warlock, could have developed knowledge or awareness to where he can kind of throw his weight around in terms of those watchers and those the Draco watchers that really run shit. Not too much, but I mean he has enough. I mean, you see how they be throwing case after case after him, convicted felon, or then arrested his ass, then chunked up charge, all types of shit. And he's still bopping around here. Okay. He's bopping around here for a reason. And that goes for me. That goes for a lot of us. We wonder why we still, like the situation with Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory was of the bloodline. A lot of people were saying they thought that Dick Gregory might have been an agent because he survived to such an old age and nobody touched him or fucked with him or nobody tried to take him out. They did try to take him out so many times, y'all wouldn't even believe it. Dick Gregory he had so many assassination attempts, it wasn't even funny. But again, we're talking about principalities. And so it wasn't able to touch Dick Gregory spiritually. That's what that was a case was. And that is the case with a lot of people. It's not just Trump. There's a lot of humans, and it ain't even just celebrities. It is a lot of everyday humans running around here where you focusing on yourself, you focusing on your inner divinity, and you ascend to a certain level, and then they can't touch you. They can try to control your frequency, send a DW on your ass, try to scare you, try to send you a warning shot, whether that be, just try to fuck with you and scare you. But they can't physically take you out. The physical takeout, the blowback of that will come back on them because they will be responsible for violating universal law and taking out an energy marker that was ordained and created by God to be here. And so they know that, and they have to understand. They have to follow the gematria. They have to follow the sciences. It is what it is. They have to follow universal law. But that don't mean they ain't gonna try to fuck with you or try to influence your thoughts, influence your mind to where you self-destruct or where you self-sabotage or where you have low self-esteem and don't know much about yourself or don't live up to your full potential. They can only influence. And so that's what we see the system doing. And that's what government means. Govern means to govern your mind. Ment is a play on mentalism, and govern your mind. That's what the government does, is mind control. That's why they come out with MK Ultra, Delta, MK Search, Project Phoenix, all the types of damn programs. And you think they stopped that shit in the 70s and in the 80s? No way. That stuff has been studied for a long fucking time, and that went underground and it went into secret societies, but it's still going on. And so now that we have some catalysts and potentiators here on this planet to wake all of that up, and then there's awakening on this planet. That's why humans, you're saying things feel staged. You're saying this stuff feels fake. The election feels fake. This doesn't feel real. That doesn't feel real, because you're realizing that this is not a real reality, that it is an illusion. And I feel that every day. And you know how hard that is? Like, this stuff feels like a play toy to me. It feels like I'm at like Toys R Us or something, or an amusement park. That's literally, but the thing is, you got planet Earth. And so that's why we emphasize the natural things of planet Earth versus the system of the Matrix. Because planet Earth is still beautiful, right? You go to the beach. You can go to one of these farms. They got the farms where you can pick the peaches off the trees and the fruits off and get your blueberries. And, you go and do those things that really taps you into the planet itself while we're here, because it's a good time to enjoy yourself. It don't have to be all gloom and doom. I don't buy into that no gloom and doom life, and how Black Americans, y'all be talking about the struggle is real and it's struggle and I'm broke. I don't talk like that. I don't act like that. I don't carry myself like that. No, I don't care about none of that. I don't talk about no struggle is no motherfucking real. No, I talk about heaven on earth, because that's what I believe in. And so, and we create our own little heavens, however that looks. My little heaven is very simple. I don't need a big Mercedes. Was it Mercedes Benz? And my heaven is very simple. But for whatever your heaven is, you create that for yourself. Make sure that if some people's heaven is just grilling out there with the family. playing a game of dominoes or something, and just having a nice grill out there. Get y'all some ribeyes and whatever. Man, what y'all, a lot of y'all want to do vegetables now. Get you some bell peppers and throw that shit out on them grills. You know we love them grilled bell peppers and shit. And go out there and get the grilling. Go in the swimming pool, swim. Go to the beach. You know, get the grilling or something. That just chilling, remembering the simple things in life are free, and the simple things in life is what can create a lot of happiness. You know. So don't buy into none of that stuff they want you to buy into about some worry. Stop worrying about shit that don't matter. Stop worrying about shit you can either change, and damn sure don't worry about shit you can't change. Don't worry about shit you can't change. So if their system is falling, if they see they shit, you go out and do whatever you want to do. Go get you some plants in your house or something. Go chill. Go have sex. Okay, like our sister was saying, she said, this is so funny. She said, it's so obnoxious, but it's true. She said, God made a, she said, she said, God made a pussy for a dick to go get inside of it. God made a pussy to go get fucked, and for a dick to go get inside of it. And that's true. That's true. That's very true. Sex is very natural, very powerful, and it's what gives you creation of a whole nother organism, a whole nother life. And then so obviously it's a great thing, and it's also pleasurable. And so, you know, find comfort in those things that are natural. Find comfort in those things that are natural. Okay, enjoy our life, because these motherfuckers, they trying to cause as much misery as motherfucking possible. They don't want you to be able to pay your rent. They want you to be working 40 hours a week. They want you to be stressed out. They want you to be on social media all fucking day, arguing back and forth with random ass motherfuckers on social media, stressed out. Fuck that. Hell no. Nah. You don't go on social media, you won't get distracted. Enjoy that. Watch fucking Bridgerton. Go on Netflix, watch Supercell or some shit. And even if you did want to go get distracted, go and watch something that's gonna give you some motherfucking pleasure. Or go do something that's gonna give you some fucking pleasure. Go to an amusement park or something. Don't sit up there and be arguing back and forth with. And that's what I learned. And you know, a lot of these they have bot farms on this social media stuff. Y'all be careful, because it's people that's paying for bot farms and troll farms. You could pay for troll farms now, and so they can do cyber gang stalking through a troll farm right on social media. You on Twitter, you arguing with somebody, they laughing, ha ha ha. They got your vibration all fucked up and low, and they trolling you, and you don't even know it. They paid to do that. And so don't get into argument. Don't go back and forth with these motherfuckers, because they paying for troll farms. They designing this stuff to purposely keep you distracted in their low frequency. And humans have to be in control of their distractions. Humans have to be in control of your bread and circus. That's always been my thing. Like, I have to program my own motherfucking mind. Regardless of whatever I want to program my mind with, that's my business. But I want to be in control of programming my own mind. So you have to be in control of your own bread and circus, or your own enlightenment. You can't let these motherfuckers dictate what's the new thing, what's the hot thing, what's the best thing. They wanted everybody distracted with them damn rap battles, and it was cool, you know. But honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna keep it real. I avoided actually researching what was actually going on for a minute, because I'm telling you, every time I tried to go on my computer and type it in, my frequency, it was so low to me. Like, the frequency was so low. Like, I was like, it was like pulling teeth to go and actually figure out what the hell was going on with that rap battle shit. Like, because the frequency was just way too low. And then I eventually was just like, let me see what's going on. And I eventually followed up and see what was going on. But like, some of that stuff, the energy, like it creates a reservoir of a collective conscious, right? It's a reservoir. And when you tap into it, and sometimes with this stuff, I can feel that it's so low, and it'd be hard for me to. I had to take my time, but they do that like with it's like that even with that debate. Like, I literally couldn't get past 10 minutes of that debate. I tried to watch the whole debate. I just couldn't. I tried to watch the whole thing. I was going to do a whole video on it, breakdown. I just couldn't drag my energy that low for it. And I ain't coming at nobody, because there are times when I have my moments. I just did a 6-hour video on just going in on motherfuckers, cussing, so I'm not here to try to wag my finger, because I'm damn sure not perfect. And I'm damn sure y'all ain't about to hold me to no ridiculous standards. I hold myself to my own standards. I don't let humanity dictate what standards I'm gonna be held to, and none of that. When we talk about free mind, we talk about free your motherfucking mind on all levels. And that's what I'm about. Yeah, but it's these days. It's about the authentic self in the age of Aquarius, the authenticity, the focusing on our divinity, the focusing on our own enlightenment with love and heart and mind coherence. And so it's not so much the control over your morality because nobody gives a fuck about that. But Saturn doesn't. Other entities do of Saturn though, so don't get mistaken. Because if Ogun or somebody want to run through on your motherfucking ass for you doing injustice, or Kali Ma want to come in and smack your motherfucking ass up because you was out there messing with some children or fucking up with somebody, they gonna do that and they had a right and a clearance to. I just want y'all to get that straight. Because they got the right and they will do it and they have the clearance to. But overall, authenticity is more important. That's what this age of exposure is about. It's about holding everybody to your authentic self. So if you know you a crazy ass psychotic bitch behind the scenes, but you want to act like you're a leader or something, act like no, what you are behind the scenes is about to be out in the motherfucking forefront. Or if you lied on somebody or set somebody up or did some grimy ass shit, you better try to make it right motherfucking now because we about to you gonna be motherfucking exposed. Ain't no you gonna play and be deceptive ass motherfucker. Especially you weirdos that work in that gang stalking program and that COPS and them fusion centers and Citizen Corps. Especially you weirdo ass motherfuckers that's in them secret societies. Y'all are some of the weirdest motherfuckers, man. Ugh, that energy is so toxic. It's so crazy to beings from Saturn, from beings from Uranus, beings from Jupiter, beings from dark matter, the galaxy, the chaos intelligence room, which is pure dark matter, by the way. If you guys didn't know, chaos, the planet Earth definition of chaos and the real definition of chaos, the original definition of chaos are two different things. So yeah, beings from dark matter, there's no way we can understand that shit. Like if you got to do something. Now, there's a way if you put the information out there, nobody understand it because they're not at the level to understand it. That's different. But just lying and being the deceptive ass weirdo, no, them days are done. Them days are done. If you are who you say you are, then you don't have nothing to fear. It's as simple as that. If you are who you say you are, you ain't got nothing to fear. Good, bad, right or wrong, unenlightened, enlightened, young or old, black or white, male or female. That's what the age of Saturn is about. It's the age of authenticity. Your motherfucking ass is going to be authentic. And you're going to be logical, intelligent, innovative, creative, and in love and with peace. Because that's what we are about. So humanity, you got to start looking out for one another. Y'all want to sit up there and cause divisions and be fighting and all that bullshit? Y'all going to keep fucking with Black Americans and all this crazy ass shit? Then don't get mad at where you're at. Y'all sitting there complaining about rent and all this stuff. Y'all should have been band together and had this government give y'all some damn type of stipend. Y'all working 40 hours a week for these corporations. You better start demanding because corporations are that we know the United States corporation is influenced highly by the oligarchies. It's pretty much we live in an oligarchy. We live in an oligarchy. So why y'all not demanding this fucking oligarchy? No, y'all sitting up there and want somebody to work 40 hours for your corporation. Y'all gonna have to give. Y'all gonna have to put up. That's what humanity should have been doing. I get mad at the Black Americans for demanding reparations. All of y'all need to be demanding something, some type of tangible. Y'all just crazy as hell to sit up in it. And so that's why, my thing is I know how severely humans have how bad humans have been wronged. Y'all have been getting played for centuries, man. And some people, that doesn't mean we are entitled necessarily. I'm not saying that you're entitled because you've been wronged, because you're not a victim. I'm not a victim. We're not victims, right? We're not victims. However, if you have a right to check out of the system that's not serving your motherfucking ass, if somebody wants you in their system and want to harness your energy, bitch, what you gonna get out of it? That's what they need to say. Like, okay, you want to harness my energy and you need me, you need humanity to survive off your system, then it needs to work in my favor, or else we just check out. In the biggest way, your biggest leverage, and I want to talk to Black Americans right now, because I know we talk about this voting stuff and should we vote, should we not vote, should we vote for a couch? No vote, no vote. What does it say? They say no tangibles, no vote, or something like that. That's all of it's a false dichotomy. The whole way of looking at it, the whole way is it's a 3D way of looking at it. It's too low level for me. Either way, whether you want to vote or whether you don't want to vote, the reactionary elements of, okay, we don't get no tangible, we don't vote, so we don't participate in a political process. That's not leverage. I just want you guys to know that. That's been done for 10 years. It's not leverage. It's not leverage to just go and vote either. It's not leverage just to go vote for the opposite party either. So that's what I'm saying. It's a false dichotomy on either way you look at it. Now we're about to get high level, and I don't expect y'all to follow me because I already know that most of y'all are under oath. Most of y'all are scared, and most of it is either you under oath or you scared or you're not at that high vibration yet. But your biggest leverage to get this system, to get what you want as far as tangibles, is to check out completely of the system. That's not saying revolution. I'm not saying go pick up some arms or go do nothing crazy. I'm just saying literally to check out of the matrix. That's your biggest leverage. Now imagine if you did that collectively, they will come to the table. Say, hold up. All these niggas walking out the matrix. Hold up. What y'all want? Y'all want an IBU? What's up? What y'all want? You want a UBI? What y'all want? Y'all want rent stabilization? What can we do? Y'all said y'all wanted some reparations. What can we do? Y'all check that. Oh, hold up. That's the only leverage you got. Now you can come up with a blueprint of how that looks in terms of the actual actions of what you do to send that message as far as that leverage. But curating your own ideal parallel infrastructure is the only way. Your parallel infrastructure, no matter how small, it doesn't have to be grandiose. It doesn't even have to be one that's even competitive with this current structure at all. It's not even about that. It's just more so of moving energy from them onto yourself or into a different frequency where they can't follow it, where they can't trap it. And then that's your leverage. That's esoteric. And that's something that, again, our people, we got gatekeepers is what I'll say. We got gatekeepers that purposely tell y'all to do stupid shit that they know is not going to work. It's not going to do nothing for you or for the system. You're not a threat. So saying no vote for the couch, that ain't nothing. That ain't shit that they, or even somebody telling you to vote. Even somebody telling you to vote for Trump, because vote means to bow. So you got to bow down on one of these motherfuckers' agendas. You bowing down to the fucking establishment. You bowing down to our royal bloodline. You bowing down to the Nazarene bloodlines, Draco bloodlines, Illuminati bloodlines, Bavarian Illuminati. You're bowing down to the black nobility. That's what the fuck you voting for. So you better vote for the right agenda if you're going to bow. That's what you're doing. That's why they say vote or die. Vote. Your parents die for the vote, right to vote. Yeah, you could do. You're supposed to be aware of what agenda you want to vote for. That's why we don't like this deceptive shit. Because how you going to bow to something you don't even know what the fuck you bowing down to? And so this DNC and this RNC shit, it's annoying because I'm not bowing down to no motherfucking child trafficking and all this bullshit y'all doing, and the drug trafficking and all this shit that y'all human trafficking. I'm not bowing down to that. So that's why I don't fuck with the DNC. And I do know that there does need to be a shift in a whole shakeup in the CIA. And so I'm not bowing down to that. So I don't get mad when Black Americans tell me they don't want to vote. Or I don't get mad when Black Americans tell me they do want to vote. Y'all just need to know what the fuck you voting for. You need to know what agenda you signing up for. And for those that just don't want to vote, you want to sit on the couch and that's my thing is you can do that, but don't say that that's leverage. Don't say that that's strategy, because it's not. That's my thing. Don't try to make it seem like it's some grandiose novel shit, because it's not. It's not. And like I said, if it's a parallel infrastructure, it don't gotta be on par with their system. Y'all be thinking too grandiose and shit. Just even having a Black American third party or having your own third party and running your own candidate, that's enough for them to be like, and it's enough for y'all. Oh, that's enough to say, oh shit, that's your leverage. Or even just going this intentional community route and not being involved in politics at all, but just going your own way. Again, checking out anytime you free your mind and check out of this system, that's your leverage. But I could tell you the Black gatekeepers that's talking this shit, that's talking this hot shit about this politics, all of them don't have no motherfucking leverage, and they are so low on the totem pole, they don't even understand what the fuck going on. And they get paid. They tell you what to go vote for Democrats, go vote for whatever, go vote for whatever it is. So a lot of them don't know shit. But I'm saying for like everyday Black American, that's really like, how do we get our government to serve us? How do we get out of this? How do we get out of this system? How do we get things that are more fair? Or how do we completely free our minds? If that's your concern, then telling somebody to sit on that couch, that ain't no leverage. That ain't no strategy to get no government to do no motherfucking thing. You're going to sit on your motherfucking couch. Okay, good. And so even if you say, I'm not bowing to either systems, that's fine. It's not leverage, though. It's not a strategy. It's just that you have a right to sit on the couch. Okay, nobody do nothing about that. But then don't get mad because they play chess. If you want to sit up there for 10 years, 2016 election, 2020 election, 2024 election, and say yourself, don't vote. Don't get mad when the DNC just flood your motherfucking ass with a bunch of fucking immigrants and try to get them the right to vote, to replace the Black American vote. Don't get mad when they do that shit, which what they did. Or if you say, okay, we just gonna give it to the Republicans, don't get mad when they start to plan out shit 5, 10, 20 years from now that's also systematically buries your ass. Because you won't take control over the political process, over your own political process, or even carve out. You can start to glitch this motherfucking matrix, glitch this shit. If you don't like it, glitch it. But just sitting on that couch, that ain't glitching nothing. That ain't no leverage. That ain't no motherfucking strategy. So that's why I'm not one to tell you to vote or not to vote. I'm about the freeing of the mind, the freeing of consciousness, and how do we govern our own frequencies? How do we govern our own autonomy? That's what I care about. And so I see the system for what it is, but I also know that we're not going to act like there's not strongholds. There's strongholds over all of us in relation to being a citizen of the United States of America. It just is what it is. And so at some point you have to work. At some point you have to get involved on some level in this matrix, or build up enough energy or enough awareness to where you can create your own prime reality, that where you're not affected. But until then, y'all have to think about that. And so that's the last thing I want to leave you guys with. Yep. So just remember this. This is who you are. Chilling, relaxing. And then when stuff hit the fan, this is what you need to be turning into. This is what you need to be turning into. And if you don't think highly of yourself, you should. What was they saying?
Are you Samuel James Witwicky, descendant of Archibald Witwicky?
Yeah?
My name is Optimus Prime. We are autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron.
That's exactly how I be. I'm telling you, the spirit. That's what you need to do when you in Earth realm 3D. This how you're supposed to be looking like in 3D. But then when the spiritual realm, this is what you be turning into. And believe it or not, that's the shit that be going on. Y'all just can't see it, but that should be. Whew. Like we said, it's principalities. It's not about the flesh. Yep. So Trump, hang in there. I guess they testing you still, but remember, you're supposed to be doing you. Come on now, you're a transitional placeholder for the golden age of America, and so I would like to hear more about what you're going to be doing for the American people in terms of good policies, not just this immigration shit. We need something else. So y'all, you had your team go back to the drawing board and start thinking of something cool for the Americans. This could be relating to housing. This could be relating to something that's going to help the average American, middle American, working class. That's what we need. Something to give us that hope, because even a lot of people, they see this establishment for what it is and they just checking out. So we need something. And also you want to emphasize that you're going to be getting rid of that damn child trafficking. Okay. Let me get my ass up off of here. I done talked a gang of shit. Okay. I'll be blessed. Have a good day. Love you.